Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video. And in this video I'm going to talk about Cobra Kai Season 4. But before I officially go in there, I hope you guys had a wonderful New Year. New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and Christmas. Um, Cobra Kai Season 4 was definitely one of the best Christmas presents for sure, like that Netflix has given us. Cause holy damn, this season was something else. So have you guys seen the end of season 4? I mean season 3. You know that Eagle Fang and Miyagi Do are coming together to hopefully put an end to Cobra Kai. So, like, within the first 5 episodes, we see Johnny and Daniel work together, right? And, of course, since they were, like, childhood rivals, who their rivalry has taken into their adult life, that, you can't kind of expect bickering, which I have expected bickering. I would be surprised if we did not get any bickering. And we did. And it was more so like, I hate to use this phrase, but two, quote unquote, two old men set in their ways, thinking that their way is the right way, and not really being fully open minded that maybe some elements of Miyagi-Do or Cobra Kai may be right. Which eventually, like, in the season, they do reach that conclusion, which I'm very happy about, but I do like how, like, they were, like, fighting because they were set in their ways. Like, my way is the better way. Your way is eh. But I do like, how, like, eventually in the training process, Johnny took the Miyagi-Do students, while Daniel took the Cobra Eagle Fang students, which I love because now the students get to learn, like, both forms. And but if I remember correctly, before that happens, Johnny learns not Cobra Kai. Johnny learns Miyagi-Do, where Danny learns Eagle Fang or slash Cobra Kai. Well, definitely has Cobra Kai elements in Eagle Fang, but definitely Eagle Fang. And I think that ultimately helps them, especially later on in the season when they actually verbally say it to each other, that it helps them better appreciate the opposite styles. And I enjoyed that. And then, so pretty much having their students talking, like, swapping senseis causes Danny and like, some tension between Danny and Johnny, because Danny is afraid that his daughter will think more like Johnny, more like Eagle Fang slash Cobra Kai mentality. Because let's be real, some of Eagle Fang's mentality sprout from Cobra Kai. Well, Johnny feels like some of Miyagi-Do will bleed into his students, pretty much, like that Miyagi-Do will make his students quote unquote pussies. Which, like I said, I do like the whole tension thing too, because I think that ultimately pays off towards the end of the season. Good character development for both characters. And we definitely see, like, Hawk kind of going through this transformation in the season, which I absolutely love, because we start out as Hawk, but we see Hawk less of an asshole than we saw him in season 2 and 3. and part of 1. And so we see him going through a transformation, him getting redeemed, like him trying to redeem himself, saying, "I know I did some shitty things in the past. I get that you guys don't trust me, but I'm trying to work on that." And eventually he does. And eventually, in a way, Hawk dies and Eli comes back. And I'm not gonna really go into full details of it because, like, one, if you guys are watching the spoiler review of it, it will be more interesting to see how Hawk dies and Eli gets resurrected. It's so cool. I like that. And I also like, because the incident that makes Hawk re-emerge out of Eli re-emerge out of Hawk, I like what, like, Dimitri coming to his aid saying, "Look, man, you did some shitty stuff in the past. I've forgiven you. I mean, you broke my freaking arm in the last season for debt, god damn it. I've forgiven you. So I'm coming to you as a friend, and I believe in you, bud." And I think that was definitely one of the contributing factors of Eli really emerging, because, like, he saw that his best friend did not care if he was Hawk or Eli. He just wanted what was best for him. Like, people actually cares about him, and I like that. I really do enjoy that. And so I think it was really good character development for Eli / Hawk. Sam. The first 3 seasons, she was a sweetheart. She was one of my favorite characters. In this season, regardless of her reasonings being justified or not, she was kind of a douchebag in this season. Because if you've seen season 2 and 3, then you understand why Sam dislikes Tori. I mean, Tori broke into her house, gave her scratches that left marks. Pretty much started a school fight. Because Tori was mad. Tori started a school fight because she was mad that Sam and Miguel kissed. And, which she went overboard for seriously starting a school fight. Like, I'm all up in, like, working things out, like, in terms of, like, if you have a problem with someone, talk things out. I would say, like, if you have an issue with me, talk things out. Like, come to me, let's talk things out. I'm really to bed to you. If we talk things out, the problem will go away and, like, or be resolved, and the chances of the issue actually being as big as you think in a lot of cases may not be as big as you think if you actually come and talk to me. Because, like, could be a misunderstanding, or I could have said something that I didn't know. I crossed the line, and it's just me having to, like, watch what I say, like, or, like, phrase it better where you will get it better, where in a different way next time, something like that. So I would have been up for, like, that would have been, like, a better move that Tori would have done besides starting that school fight in season 2. So Sam dislikes Tori, and this entire season, pretty much Sam becomes Tori's bully in a way, and for everything that Tori has done in season 2 and 3. And I like Tori's arc in here, because this shows that she actually has a human side, more of a human side. Like, yeah, I think it was, like, in season 3 where it was told, like, we were told that or soon, that Tori is the only one who works uh, around her house because she has to provide the bills, take care of her mother, who is on dialysis, and take care of her kid brother. So she's really the bread and butter of the family. So she doesn't really like. She's a teenager, so like I'm not really fully trying to like justify her actions because like season 2 and 3 she went overboard, but I can kind of get where she's coming from with all that frustration. Like she's been doing everything on her own, and it doesn't appear like anyone has really helped her, genuinely wanted to help her, and so she has so much anger. And with being a teenager, you don't know how to really handle that in the proper way. So yeah, you're going to like lash out and could easily become an asshole, a bully. And Tori was fell victim to that essentially. And so like I do like how like I forget her name, but Daniel's wife, Sam's mother, was the one who put the olive branch over, saying, "Look, I'm not happy what you did to my daughter, because what you did to my daughter was not good. But it's clear that you need someone there for you. Sometimes, all you need to do is ask for help, accept help when it's given to you, to take the load off." So I do like how like Danny's wife was kind of like was trying to be like the Luke Skywalker to Tori being Darth Vader in this situation. And yes, I made a Star Wars pun. Have you not seen my shirt? It's a Star Wars shirt. Or a Star Wars space shirt. So like, I did enjoy, even though Tori was still with Cobra Kai, I did enjoy seeing like that, seeing that fire flicker in Tori becoming more of a what society would call a good guy than an asshole that we saw in the last 2 seasons. And even in the tournament, because it came down, like, there was this female fighting thing where Tori essentially won that fight, but she kicked Tori in the chest, and she went up to Tori and said, "Are you alright?" And no, Tori went up to Sam saying, "Are you alright?" And Sam was like, "What?" Sam was confused, but that very moment right there showed that there is still light inside of Tori. That Mrs. LaRusso helped spark the more human side out of her. And I'm hoping in season 4 we will see Tori let that human side out even more. Because I gotta admit, Tori is definitely is slowly becoming one of my favorite characters of the entire series. Because first she was a complete dick, but like, when I mean at first, I mean like the first 2 seasons she was in. But now she's like slowly becoming more human, and I'm really liking that. And of course, the deal was if Eagle Fang and Miyagi-Do can beat Cobra Kai, then Cobra Kai will go out the valley. And if Cobra Kai wins, Daniel and Johnny will have to stop teaching karate. Going to Cobra Kai for a second, because, well, they're the name of the show, so they're essentially the star of the show, outside of Johnny, who's the star of the show. Not Johnny. Now I have a brain for it. Kreese. There we go. Kreese, he inlets the help of Johnny Silver. For those of you who doesn't know who Johnny Silver is, I highly suggest you guys watch Cobra Kai 3. Actually, if you guys have not watched Cobra, the first 3 Karate Kid movies, go and watch that. I'll even the next Karate Kid, but the first 3 Karate Kid movies are the best. Like, I should say the best, but are the most important at this moment to the Cobra Kai series, because they do make a lot of punch to the first 3 Karate Kid movies. So I'm hoping Julie Pierce makes a cameo in season 4 or 5. I'm really hoping, but I'll get more into that later on. So, yeah, Kreese asks for Silver's help. At first, Silver's reluctant to, but eventually comes to help Kreese. Kreese actually comes to Miyagi though, and we see a lot of anger from Daniel towards Silver, and we see a scene where Danny tells Johnny what happened in Karate Kid 3, essentially. Which, before I get into Mario Cobra Kai, Danny telling Johnny what Silver did to Danny in Karate Kid 3 initially makes Danny and Johnny doing a rematch. And when I mean rematch, it's like, if you've seen Karate Kid 1, we see that you'll know that Danny had beat Johnny in the All Valley tournament with that crane kick. So Johnny wants a part 2 to that, like a rematch, and Danny agrees, and I think it's a tie, essentially. And yeah, it's a tie, and that's essentially how they like split apart. And Cobra Kai gets this new kid. And the new kid, fellow black person, he joins Cobra Kai because Danny LaRusso's son has been one of the people that's been bullying him. Like, this kid has been getting bullied, and one of the people is Danny LaRusso's son. And so this kid wants to defend himself. So Cobra Kai lets him in, essentially after two tests. Robbie actually takes this kid underneath his wing. And essentially at the All Valley, like I said, Cobra Kai wins. But in the lockers, Danny LaRusso's son, because at this point, Danny's son has already been called out for for being a bully. So Danny's son, which I actually forgot his name. So the kid who was getting bullied by Anthony, being Daniel's son, I no pun intended, is named Kenny. And so after Anthony tries to apologize for being an asshole to Kenny says, "Oh, you know how I feel? Tell me, how does that feel? Oh, you don't know? Let me show you." So Kenny starts beating Anthony up, and then Robbie. There we go. Robbie comes in and says, "Hey, I didn't train you this like this," and Kenny says, "This is Cobra Kai, baby. This is how we roll." And so, like I said, essentially Cobra Kai wins, and Kenny, which also had like a big character development in here, he finally gets over his anger for his father, Johnny, and I really like that. Like, the ending scene was was this really heartfelt moment between Johnny and Robbie, and we see them hugging it out. Which I'm really hoping in season 5 we'll see Robbie and Johnny getting along now, because we had that heart-to-heart moment. And then the ending, like, we see Tori coming in as well into the building with a trophy, and we see Silver. We hear Silver saying, pretty much admitting that Cobra Kai cheated in winning, and which I think will be at least one of the many, like one of the major plot points of season 5 is Tori essentially switching sides because she realizes Cobra Kai isn't as good as she thinks it is, and maybe getting a rematch of Cobra Kai, not Cobra Kai, the All Valley. So getting the All Valley tournament 3 times, or maybe trying pretty much. I feel like Cobra Kai will get exposed in season 5 for sure. And Silver, it actually has this string with John, right? Said, "Cheers, my friend." And yes, I'm using my Mexican Coke as example of the beer or whatever. He said, "Cheers, Chris. We won the All Valley tournament. I'm not gonna tell you how I cheated, but congratulations, my friend." And we do kind of get a heart-to-heart, like before the scene between Chris and Lawrence, saying, Chris saying, "I didn't know that Super was going to go that far, or at all." Which he should have known, but he didn't. So, getting back to the ending scene, which this will relate to the ending scene. So that guy who called himself Stingray, he comes back into the season, and he desperately wants to come back into Cobra Kai. Silver beats the shit out of him. He said, "You want to go back into Cobra Kai? You want to go back into Cobra Kai? Here, let me tell you how we could get back into Cobra Kai. Later on, I'll need you to do a favor, which won't be revealed until the last episode. You hear me?" Yes. And so, this was like Silver's all plan to take over Cobra Kai, and pretty much Stingray, as part of the deal, in order for Stingray to get back into Cobra Kai, he has to say that John Kreese was the one who beat him up. And he does, because Kreese actually gets arrested. And for once, even though Kreese has been an asshole in in Cobra Kai 1, not Cobra Kai, Karate Kid Part 1, Karate Kid Part 3, and ever since he was introduced into Cobra Kai, which I believe it was the very end of Season 1, and then he was in Cobra Kai ever since, he has been an asshole this entire time, pretty much. But this one time, I actually do feel bad for Kreese. And So I do think that Kreese will essentially work with Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang against Silver in season 5 for this reason. And so now Silver is like the only one who is running Cobra Kai. Which, if you guys don't know, in Karate Kid 3, Silver and Kreese were the ones who started. I think it was confirmed that Kreese and Silver were the ones who started Cobra Kai. And then the ending season ends essentially with Danny at Mr. Miyagi's tombstone, and he says, "I know this isn't your fight, but I did make a deal with Cobra Kai. Like if they beat us, we'll go out with the valley, but I cannot honor this deal while they have no honor themselves. Can you please help me?" And I kid you not, I thought it was Julie Pierce. I would have honestly loved it to be Julie Pierce. Because Julie Pierce, unless Mr. Miyagi somehow trained someone else off screen, there's only 2 people that we know Miyagi has taught. Daniel from Karate Kid Part 1 to Karate Kid Part 3, and Julie Pierce in the next Karate Kid. And I want Julie Pierce to be in Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai. Please! I want her to be in the show. Please. Please. I think she deserves some love. I believe the next Karate Kid deserves some recognition. And I think it could be a good character growth for Danny. Like, even especially in season 5, there could be a point where Danny could be like insecure about himself, and the person that he asked for the favor was just the same one where was I'll explain in a second. I think Julie Pierce could essentially be the best person to like help Daniel, essentially, because maybe Daniel is lost, and maybe he like Mr. Miyagi could be the one who helps him, right? Find himself again. But since Mr. Miyagi, the character and the actor are both dead, sadly, who else better to come in and restore Daniel's confidence in himself? That the only other person that we've seen get trained under Mr. Miyagi. I want that to happen. That could be a good way for us to see Julie. And she could be like a Julie Pierce. She could be like a 1 or 2 episode cameo. And I have complete faith that they won't botch the Julie Pierce character. I really think she would be a good fit for Cobra Kai. I'm telling so I really do. I really do, and I really want to see her in Cobra Kai season 5. Season 5. I want to see her in season 5 because I think it's only gonna be 5 seasons. If you guys don't do that, then that'd be a crime. That'd be a crime. But the person who actually came into who Danny was talking to was Seto's I think it was his nephew or son, I forget. But he was in season 2. He helped Danny learn the technique to make the characters ligaments film. And he was also in Karate Kid Part 3, where essentially he tried to he got into this fist fight with Daniel. It's like the final fight of Karate Kid Part. No, it was Karate Kid Part 2. I'm sorry, it was Part 2, not 3. But yeah. So he was the one who who Danny asked for help, and he said yeah. And so I think this is kind of like wow, Cobra Kai is like one of the shows that I would have like it just blows my mind. It just blows my mind how good it is. I do like season 1. People say season 2 and 3 weren't as great, but I enjoyed season 2 and 3. I really did. Like, was season 2 and 3 as good as season 1? Up for opinion, but I enjoyed season 2 and 3 for sure. Season 4 was, oh my god. In my opinion, and especially the way season 4 ended, which was unexpected. It was kind of it was to a certain extent expected for me, because I kind of expected, okay, there's a good chance that Cobra Kai will win, but at the same time there's a good chance they won't. But I think with the ending and how they reached the ending, oh, it's debatably the best season out of the 4 seasons so far. And definitely has I think the outside of season 2, I want to say, has the best cliffhanger. Because season 2, we did not know what would happen to Miguel. We didn't know whether or not he would live or die. So that's why I feel like outside, since season 2, season 4 has the best cliffhanger. And like I said, I think Tori would showcase her more for her human side. I'm hoping Robbie and Johnny will be getting along. We see them being a father and son team. Of course we're going to see, I think, okay, end of season, of this season, Miguel also searches for his father, who doesn't know that he exists. So, yeah, we're definitely going to see Johnny looking for him. And I think we will find him. But I think with Miguel, I think that Miguel will essentially come to the conclusion that, you know, Johnny, you're not my biological father, but since I know we kind of had a semi-rough patch, or semi-rough start at the beginning, when we first met in season 1, but you have really stepped up and you have become a father figure to me. So even though you might not be my biological father, you will always be dad to me. Might cause a little tension between him and Robbie at first, but I feel like in the end, Robbie and Miguel will essentially call each other brothers. And I do think Kenny would be hit, the Cobra Kai hold over Kenny will break, will be broken free, partly due by Kenny idolizing Robbie a bit. And I also think it will be because Anthony learned karate, and I think Anthony will have a playing factor in Kenny returning to the light side of the Force. I might have said that in a joking way, but I think that's the case. And yeah, Cobra Kai is honestly one of the best shows I have ever seen. In general, within the last 5-6 years, I think it has been one of the best shows ever. I did not expect it to be as good, or me liking it as much as I have, but this is how you do it right. In the 4 seasons, there has been fan service. They did it right. Sure, the show has been cheesy from time to time, but this show is a good example. Same with like Spider-Man No Way Home, where it brings in the old, maybe reintroduces the old a tad bit in a good way, brings in the new, and have the old and the new combine and mash so beautifully to create new stories yet to come. And so far, the 4 seasons have been either really good or fucking awesome tacular. The episodes, there might be some episodes that might be compared to the others, but overall, like I said, I think this is like really good or fucking awesome tackler. And this show, thank you to the people who made the show, because outside of like Spider-Man No Way Home, and I have not been this excited about nerd culture since really, or anything nerdy, since Star Wars The Force Awakens, which I've seen opening night and 3 times later. So I have not been this excited about anything really since like Spider-Man No Way Home, and before that really Star Wars The Force Awakens. No, episode 7 The Force Awakens. So this show is great. If you guys have Netflix or have some way to watch the show, I highly recommend you guys watching this show, especially if you guys are a fan of the Karate Kid movies. And I will say that if you guys have not watched the Karate Kid movies, I think you guys would be doing yourselves a favor to watch Karate Kid Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. Because Cobra Kai does make references to those movies. And by watching the 3 movies, you will better appreciate the Cobra Kai series. Again, my biggest hope would be seeing Julie Pierce in Cobra Kai. And she could be introduced into the show through, like, maybe Daniel is losing confidence in himself. And she, being the only other person that's been trained under Mr. Miyuki, could be that person that reboots his confidence. Maybe, because that could be a way, like, Mr. Miyuki could be there for Daniel, is by having Julie Pierce there. And comforting him. Giving Daniel some of her wisdom that she learned from Mr. Miyuki. So, that's just me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. What do you guys think about Season 4? Do you guys like it, dislike it, and about it? Let me know in the comments section, as I have my, in the comment section, wherever it is, as my arms size to dance. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Love you all. Be kind to one another. And I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.